Aditya, that would be you, Aditya. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Aditya? Okay. For some reason, I cannot hear you. So let me do something about that. Wait. Please wait. Okay, please wait. Okay, I put in my headset. Would you try speaking again?
Hello.
Much better. Right. Okay, let me hear you. I guess that will have to be correct. So I'm going to turn on my video so you can see me. Oh. Oh yeah. Okay, great. Okay, it's a bit blurry. So Aditya, again, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Right. I think your mom contacted me, Madam Supriya, and then she told me a few things about math, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're also in Sec 3. I don't know much anything other than that. So would you mind sharing what you're thinking? What do you want out of this tuition?
So I thought I would have some a math tuition because like I can manage e-math, but then there's like two math and that's a bit too much. So I thought I would have a tuition for the harder one.
Right. I can understand that. Most people feel the same way. Are you saying that this is what you wanted after 3 months? Yeah, almost 4 months of Sec 3.
Yeah.
Right. Was it like a bit of a shock for you, Amen?
Yeah.
Right. I understand. Okay. In our for today, we have 1 hour of trial, right? Ask anything you want. The purpose of this trial is for you to get to know the style. I think that's very important. If it's something that will you might want to go through this tuition until you're successful in A-math. That usually takes some time, right? So I think starting well, you knowing what's going on is very, very important. So that's what I hope you can get this 1 hour. And from my side, I want to know your thoughts and maybe some details on the A-math. So if we continue, I know how to help you better already, right? So it'll be 1 to 1. Right. Okay, so you're gonna have SA1 probably soon.
Yeah.
For A-math and everything. Do you have the schedule and the topics?
Not yet. But I do have the topics. Just one second.
Right. So just give me some idea so I can confirm what you learned.
Yeah.
Next time I'll give you my WhatsApp. Make it easier, right, to communicate. For now. When you have the topics, maybe you can just tell me.
Yeah, I'm getting it from the website. Just
all right.
Yeah, so we've done for now we've done surds and logs and functions.
Functions, those four.
Yeah.
So in sorry, SGI, right?
No,
AC,
ACSI.
sorry. I was under. Oh, this is ACSI as in IGCS International.
Yeah.
That's why there are two maths. Sorry. I was thinking about the other ACSI where they combine the math, right? Where they combine.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's just one math, but it's a combination of the two maths. Sorry. Right. Okay. So for your A math, you did those four things.
Yeah. I can't find like the syllabus sheet, but I'll find it. I'll get it from my teacher.
Don't worry. Okay, you can do that later. All right. So I understand roughly where you are. Right. To help.
I found it. I found it.
All right.
So it is so far we've done simultaneous equations, indices and surds, logs and exponential functions, and and
The general function. Right. Okay. Right. Understand. Now, show you a few things to help us do our tuition today because mostly it'll be online, right? So let me turn on my background for a while. Okay, right. Okay, so first in my hand I have this, right? What is this? Stand it a bit. Okay, so this is a handphone stand. The handphone goes here. My student have this, so I send them this, and then this allow if you put your handphone here and then you zoom, you can do your working normally on paper. That's the ideal thing, right? So I can follow your working as if I'm just with you, right? So this is the thing, but you don't have it today, so just show you first. Right, and then the second thing I want to show you is okay, this simple thing, it's a drawing pad. It allows me to write with a pen. Right. Now I'm going to demonstrate that using Jamboard. Do you know Google Jamboard?
yeah.
All right. So I suppose you have an account already. Would you mind creating a new Jamboard and then share it to my account? So please do that.
Yeah, sure.
When you have the new one, please tell me. Now, any technical problems, you tell me. Yeah. Right.
Okay. All right, I put the link in the chat.
Oh, nice. Right. Okay, I'm going to do that. Do you use this law?
Sorry?
Do you use this? Oh, I need access. Right? Oh, okay, let's do that for now. Okay, so I've requested access to Jamboard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so if you have allowed me access, I should be seeing your Jared. Right. Okay, so how familiar are you with Jamboard?
My bio teacher uses it.
During these 2 years, you mean?
No, like she finds it easier than to write everything on the whiteboard. So she like makes us join a Google Meet and
And
opens
do
up.
right. Okay, so you know that since we're both accessing this Jamboard, this is your Jamboard. So you treat it as yours. I'm here to answer your question, for example, in this Jamboard. Now, but I can do the things that you can do. For example, I'm going to change the title to today's date. And then your name, Aditya. And did I spell your name correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I can change the title. You can see I'm going to also set some background, so just a random background that I set. Now, just to confirm with a few things, you know that you can use a laser pointer, just like it.
Yeah.
All right, so you can use that also, and of course you can use the pen and eraser, everything there, right? Okay. Today, because I cannot see your working, I cannot see you on paper, and you also do not have the drawing pad. Let me show you what the drawing pad does. Perhaps your biology teacher also have it. So it allows me to write kind of nicely. So here's a nice handwriting. Right? So if you have the drawing pad, you can also write, right? So, but we don't have both. So today, whatever question we discuss, I'll put it on the Jamboard so that you can follow it, and then we'll continue from there, right? Okay. Now, see, yeah. So, okay. So let's try something. You will probably recognize this as a topic. What would this topic be?
Indices.
All right. I'm gonna make another one, right? And then I'm gonna change that into times, right? So the only difference is this thing, and this thing, right? Now, most students, let's say from Sec 3, they sometimes have problems in foundation. So if that is your situation, feel free to tell me so I can explain on that level, right? Meaning to say, I don't want to drill you with too many questions before you understand. Right? I think understanding the topic is more important than simply doing questions, right? So especially for today, right? Now, having said that, do you think you can do these two questions?
Okay.
Right. Now, since you don't have a drawing pad, you tell me what you want to do, and I'll write down for you. Okay. Let's try that method for today. So this is question A, and this is question B. Which one would you like to try first?
Question B.
Okay, we're a bit lagging. So because we're a bit lagging, I'm gonna close my video, and I'm gonna ask you to do the same.
Question B.
Yes. Close your video because the video is a bit the connection is a bit lagging. Right. So make it easy. Okay, great. So I'm gonna try question B. All right. So here you go. Okay, I'm gonna write what you want me to write. Please tell me what is your first step.
So I would make 4 to the power of x into 2 to the power of 2x.
Looks good to me. All right. So we have that times that, and that equals to 6. And then what's your next step?
Then I would make it 2 to the power of 3x equals 6.
About 3. Right. See what you mean. Right. And then what are you going to do?
Then I will make it a log.
Sure. Since you have learned log, so okay, going on here. So log base, how many?
Log base 2.
Right. So 2, 3x looks good, and then log base 2, 6, and then what will happen?
So that would be log base 2, 6 equals 3x.
Right. Yes. And at this point, I know that you can solve it already. Now, x will be that 1/3 of that. Now, here's one practical question for you. Do you know how to confirm this answer? What I mean by confirm is that to really check whether this answer is correct or not without answer key.
I don't get the question.
Very well. Then you have a calculator.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me the type of your calculator.
It's the Casio ClassWiz FX97 SG.
97. Right. Let's use that. Let's not use your graphing calculator. You might have a TI graphing calculator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not use that. Right. So now in your FX97, you know that you cannot put base 2, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what can you do if I want you to have this number? You cannot have log base 2.
Yeah, so
What would you
I
do?
do log 6 over log 2.
So to confirm, you mean log base 10, 6 over log base 10, 2, just to confirm.
Yeah.
All right, very good. So do you know there's a function called store? You can store this in X in your calculator.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, then please store this in X. Tell me when you're done.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
gonna,
I got it.
right. It's a weird number and we don't care what that weird number is. Now, this is how to confirm. You can press AC after you store in X, you won't be gone even if you turn off your calculator. Of course, don't do that. Now, you can type this in your calculator, 2 to the power X times 4 to the power of X, and then press equal. Tell me what number you see.
I get 6.
Right. Now, what does that mean, Aditya?
That means it's correct.
Yeah, without a shred of doubt, this must be a good answer. I'm gonna put this as a sign of quality. This is in our tuition, we say you confirm without relying on answer key. You have ensured that you get the mark if your exam allows calculator. If I'm not mistaken, half of your math paper doesn't allow calculator, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend that doesn't exist for now. I'm going to pretend that you can use a calculator. And if this is exam, you have obtained, for this one, this is 2 marks, clearly. So, all right. Yeah. Now, any questions so far?
No.
Right. Now, I'm going to show you an alternative way, right? Alternative way, and tell me whether you understand it. Now, before I do that, I want to say that obviously your method is correct. It's obvious already. You don't need me to tell you. You have confirmed it yourself. Now, here's an alternative method. That's my first step. Is this okay for you?
Yeah.
All right. Then the answer will be something like that. Now, kindly confirm this answer, which looks different, right? But kindly confirm. See what is correct.
Yeah, the answer is correct.
Right. Now, whether this is the same or this, you can actually type and see that they are the same. They look different, but they are definitely the same, right? But more importantly, I do it in 2 steps. It's better in the sense of why do you think this is better? If you think it is better, do you think this is better?
Yeah, it's more efficient.
What do you mean by more efficient?
Like it takes lesser steps.
Lesser step, and what's the benefit of doing lesser steps?
Less time.
Less time, so you save time, something important in exam. My personal experience, I will rank that as the third benefit. The third benefit is that we have more time for other things, for confirming, for example. Do you see any other possible benefit from lesser steps?
Um, no.
All right. Now I'll give you, based on my experience, this is the second benefit, which is, I think, better than, less time needed. Definitely better. What I mean is that I have less chance to make a human mistake
Oh, I see.
because I simply do less. Doing more, if it is important to you to do the steps, that's great. But human being, we are human being, you write more, you have more human mistakes. Sometimes simply writing mistakes. That's just what happened, right? That's the second benefit. Is there any other benefit that you can see out of, the alternative method?
It's easier for the market to understand.
I'll rank that number 4 because number 1 is it is easy for us to understand.
Oh.
Why is that important? Because it is easy for us to see if there is a mistake.
I see.
Seeing this, again, all this is definitely true, but it is slightly harder to see if there are mistakes. And there are more chances of the mistake anyway, right?
Yeah.
So you must understand, your working is correct. There is no doubt about it. Your basics, I like your basics in this. I like your basics a lot. It speaks a lot. However, you should be at a level where you do things more efficiently using your own words. Okay. Now, I will mention now a principle. See whether this makes sense for you or not, because I'm not sure whether teachers say it that way. Right? Okay, so this is an index, and this is an index, and this is obviously a times. When this is times or divide, okay, times or divide. We'll call this the base of index, and this is the power of index. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Consider these two indices. Are their bases the same, or are their power the same?
Power.
Good. Whenever, Aditya, whenever the base is the same, which is what you're trying to do, isn't it? You change the base to be the same, and then obviously the power will be different. You can do something about it. I like it, it's simplification. However, I take advantage of the principle. Even if the power is the same, I can immediately simplify, immediately. So you took a slightly longer route because you're trying to make the base the same. There is nothing wrong with that. That's correct. I noticed that their power is the same, so I just take that route immediately. Okay. Do you understand what I did, though?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now let me test you a bit. Is there a direct way to simplify or not?
There is a direct way.
Why is that so?
Because 49 can be divided by 7 and the power is the same.
Power is the same. First thing first. Then 49 divided by 7. So therefore the answer will be
7 to the power 8.
Right. You don't have to confirm, and this is correct. So you understand the principle. I will move on to the second part of the principle, which is question A. Now, can you do question A?
Is it 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of 2x equals 6, then
X plus the power of 2x equals to 6. All right, then
yeah, I'm not really sure on how to add indices.
all right. So I'm going to do something slightly different.
Okay.
And then see whether it makes sense to you. Right. I'll tell you what's happening in my mind. I noticed that this is a plus, and plus and minus gives more trouble in this compared to times or divide. The principle goes like this. If it is a plus or minus, not times or divide, unfortunately, the base and the power must be the same before you can do anything meaningful, so to speak. So that's what I have in my mind. I wonder whether it is possible for me to make the power the same, and the base the same. Right? That's what's going on in my mind. So I'm going to do that.
So is this the one where we do let 2 to the power x be
Yep.
y, and
Yes,
then
very good. Very
oh,
good. Very good. And the reason is because it is the principle. The principle is both the power and the index, the base must be the same. Only then the let will be useful. So now I let, right? Y square, sorry, let me just do it properly. Plus y square minus 6 equals to 0, right? Now, at this point, this is a quadratic equation, and this is secondary 2, I suppose. Right? Is it correct? You learned this in secondary
yeah.
2, right? And you know what to do already, right? So do something with your calculator. Let's make it fast. Tell me what does your calculator say?
X equals to 2 or x equals to -3.
Right, so in this case, it's y. Yeah? So y equals to 2
Yeah.
or y equals to -3. And then, is this done or must we do more?
We have to find out 2 to the power of x. So
Excellent. So
2 to
what
the
do we
power
do?
of x is 2 or 2 to the power of x is -3.
Right. And then what do we do with these two things?
Then we find x by making
This is
it
x equals to 1. Yeah. Done.
yeah.
You can log them. There's no problem with that. But this one's obvious. Now, how about this one?
Then this one we have to make. Oh wait, no. This one is not valid.
Yeah, is rejected. There is no number here that will give you a minus number. So yeah. So 1. Now, how can you confirm this answer?
We input it back into the.
Great. But in this case, it's 2 to the power 1, which is 2, 4 to the power 1, which is 4, 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. So we're done.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So good job so far. Obviously, it's obvious for me that your foundations are there. Maybe the difficult questions not yet, but the foundations are there. Now, the principles I mentioned, again, if it is times and divide, something, something, something. If it is plus and minus, something, something, something. Is that something new for you, or is something that you learned from your teacher already?
I've learned it already.
All right, very good. Remember that, because that's very useful when things get hard, not when things are easy. Right? For example, the first principle, I demonstrate immediately that it can become more efficient. For the second part of the principle, I do that and it triggers something in you. Obviously, you've learned this before, right? Okay. Now, is there any homework that you have right now which are difficult?
No, we don't really get much homework from school.
How does things work then in school?
Like my teacher, he like like he teaches us like the concept, then he gives us practice questions. But this week he didn't give us any homework this weekend.
Okay. I guess that's good though for this weekend.
But usually he does give us a lot of homework.
I'm not interested in giving you more homework, whether your teacher give you or not, but I am definitely interested in making your practice better. So you don't have a question right now.
No.
Okay, so here's a simple question. I find your foundation to be there, definitely there, right? I can even mention the principle. The principles are not basic. The principles are already slightly advanced. The principles are meant for more difficult questions, something that you'll face in exam. So you can understand them quite quickly. Happy for that one. I cannot get yet why you want a tuition. Tell me more.
Just for like extra help because like I said, we usually don't get too much homework and like I'm not much of a self-study kind of person. Like it's not my thing.
You mean you want me to give you more work?
Yeah, like practice.
Why is math important for you? Hey, math life.
Well, I triple science, so like it was compulsory to take a math.
True.
And I wanted to be. I want to be a doctor. So like, yeah. So I kind of need to take math and need to get good grades in math.
Okay. Well, for assuming that you're going to study medicine in Singapore, I know you can study it elsewhere if you want to, yeah. But let's say you study in Singapore, then the most important subject will be chemistry. Okay? Got it in your triple science. And surprise, surprise, the second subject is not necessarily biology. It will be very nice to have, but the requirement for medicine in local uni is double science, not triple science.
Yeah.
So either chemistry and bio or chemistry and physics. Math is there, I suppose, but math is not the most important thing as a doctor, right? Are you saying that unfortunately you have to take A math? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, not really. Like last year after like algebra, then I wasn't really into math anymore. But when I was like in year one and like before we started algebra, I really used to like math. So
Well,
it's kind of like algebra is my problem, and I know that algebra is a very big part of like
A math.
math and A math.
Unfortunately, A math.
Yeah. And like it was only at the like end of last year that I finally got to understand what we did in algebra class.
When you say algebra, you mean, for example, the quadratics?
Yeah.
Anything else which is a struggle with that?
Right now it's functions.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, not really.
You have a difficult or challenging function questions right now?
I can take something out of my book.
Please do that. Please do that. And you can use. I don't think you have Jamboard in your phone, right? So you have a web WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
And then you take a picture using a WhatsApp. Then it will appear in the web WhatsApp in your computer, and you can put that picture in the Jamboard. I guess that's one way to do it.
All right.
All right. Okay. So please do that as challenging as possible, so I can understand your problems.
Just one sec. I think my mom's getting a call.
Sure. Yeah. What I'm saying is that I don't sense a big problem from our initial discussion. So trying to understand that more.
I see. Yep, I'm finding a question.
Yep.
I don't think we've really got that far in solving functions yet because like
Yeah. Give me something that you cannot do, like something beyond what you've studied.
like there's these ones where there's like two lines and we've not done that in school yet.
Let's see that.
All right.
How's your A math teacher?
He's okay. I mean, like he just doesn't like me for some reason. Like he has those kids that he likes and those that he doesn't.
You mean that's very obvious?
Yeah, like he shows it a lot. Like there's like the 2-3 people that he always praises, and the rest of the class he's like always scolding.
Oh, that's lopsided.
Like
right.
yeah, but like it's not very fun.
It's not. Of course it's not.
there's not really much like what I've learned until now that I can't do in functions.
Go beyond, go beyond. Like really, I'm asking you to take questions that you have not learned before, that you don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, I'll airdrop it to my laptop.
Okay, cool. Mm. Again, if you have a technical problem, tell me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I found another way.
Sure thing, sure thing.
Okay.
Just confirming that you're dropping it in page 2, but even if not, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wait, one sec. Just one sec.
Yep, yep. Give it a try. Give it a try. First time, right? Take your time.
For some reason, it only saves on my.
Mhm. Okay. Just to save time for now, right? Just to save time. You have your mom's WhatsApp, right? You have access, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You take a picture using your mom's WhatsApp so that she can send it to me. Okay.
All right.
Do that for now. Okay. I think I'm getting something. Right. Got it. Right. So I'm gonna put that into
I'll
the
send
Jamboard
you
page. You're saying?
the scheme of work.
Sorry, you're saying? Sorry.
I also send the scheme of work.
Scheme. What does that mean? Sorry.
It's like the like the topics.
Oh, okay. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Sure, sure. And there's at least function. Oh, the function thing is not that deep yet.
Yeah.
And we have term 2, right? Okay, so I was wondering about term 2. Yeah. Oh, the function that I was thinking about exists only in term 2, right? Oh, okay, sure thing. Right, let's ignore term 3 for now. Right, thank you for sending me. That'll be very useful. Now, let's go to the Jamboard. You send me something that you have. Okay, where did I go? Oh, okay. You send some, yeah, okay. So you're in page 2 also, right? Okay, yeah. How come? Sorry, yeah, let me check your scheme of work. Sorry. Inverse function only discussed in term 2. So the question that you send me is not going to be in the mid-year or SA1, right? Okay. So would that be bad if we discuss this now?
I think we've covered all the topics for SA1.
You sorry, you're sorry.
Actually, in our school, we don't really do a SA1.
Uh-huh.
There's only like
So
a common test, and it only covers the topics from the term.
from the term which is in this case not including the question you sent me. Okay, that one I can confirm.
Yeah, it says logarithmic and exponential functions, quadratic functions,
Correct.
factors of polynomials, and functions.
Factors because you what? Factors of polynomial. By right, that's term 2.
Yeah.
Now let's say you don't have tuition. Let's say you don't have tuition, Aditya, and you're gonna have this common test, right? For another month, I guess, for another 1 month. How would you do?
I don't know. I think like I'll probably like have to study a lot towards the end, like just before the common test. And yeah, I don't think I'll do that well.
I'm surprised. What's going on here, right? Surprised. Okay, so before we continue, I just want to say something. I suppose your common test is 1 month from now. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right. Then even though we start tuition, let's say this week, boom, okay, and then we do all our stuff, still probably won't affect your term 1 common test that much. That's probably too much of an expectation, too short of a time, right? However, you will probably see how do I say this? A much pleasant math experience. That's what I feel. That's what I hope for you starting term 2 lah. Wait. When you say term, oh my goodness, I'm confusing myself. So you finished term 1 and term 2. Oh, sorry.
Term 2 is going on.
Right. Okay, I'm confusing myself. So you will have this function question. You will. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But still, what I'm saying stays the same. So you'll probably have a much nicer time learning A math starting term 3 lah, even if we start tuition today. That means, again, expectation wise for common tests, this coming common test, you won't feel that much yet. Okay. Right. If you feel there's an improvement, then that's a bonus. It may happen, it may not. Okay. Judging from the time constraint. Now, I will try to explain 15 for you. Okay, I'll try to explain 15. Let's see how this goes, right? Now in Jamboard, I can do this. So just all right, there you go. Just draw a white box so there's more space for us, right? Okay. So again, let me confirm that 15 you have not learned at all because maybe you do not know what this is like.
Yeah.
All right. So let's try that for around 10 minutes. I'll start from the most basic one. Now,
wait, 15 actually.
Yes.
I did learn.
You mean you know what's F inverse then?
Yeah, replacing y with x.
Okay, let's try that. So I'm just going to do that first quickly.
But we just started on it, so.
No problem there. Right. Right. So I did something. I make X the subject lah.
Okay.
right? That's something that you did in maybe sectional algebra. Nothing fancy here, but this is how we then say, the F inverse of this guy, right? The F inverse of that guy is this one. And you know, sorry, you notice that I somehow changed the Y into X. Now, I'm going to try to make this as meaningful as possible. I am going to now share my screen. So first time, I'm going to ask you to look at my screen. Right, so I have now gone into a website called Desmos. Now, can you see the word Desmos in my screen?
Yeah.
All right, can I? So I'm going to do something. I'm going to type the original function. It looks like that. No surprises, it's a quadratic, right? Now, I'm going to type the inverse function, right? Would you please read for me the inverse function?
Y equals, would it be?
Why is that?
I mean,
square root, I believe. It's square root.
Yeah, square root of
square root
minus 2.
Right. I'm going to ignore the plus minus for now. Huh? Right. Okay. Do you notice anything comparable between the red guy and the blue guy?
They both like touch the y-axis and the x-axis of 2. Right?
You mean this two, and this two, you mean?
Yeah.
All right. That's not a coincidence. Let me show you a few more points. For example, I'm going to show you this point. Look at that. What is this point? This point is 2,6, correct? Observe this point. That point is 6, 2. Yeah. It's not a coincidence at all. It's not a coincidence. I'm going to do something to make things even clearer. Y equals to X. So I've drawn this green line, and it will now appear visually, hopefully clearly. I'm going to draw something. Sorry, wait, I'm going to draw something using pink. No, using what color is not using? Brown. Okay. Notice that this guy, this part, and this part is basically reflecting off each other, so to speak, through this green line. Do you see that visually? This is a very good confirmation that your inverse function is correct, because that's how inverse function works, I suppose. Inverse function visually takes this and mirror it there, something like that. Yeah. Right. So you can do this in your GC graphing calculator. So you don't need Desmos to do all this. No Desmos, I think it's easier. I'm going to do something else here. Trying to find the function. I am not seeing the function at all. Oh, wow. This thing is a bit lacking. Wait. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to do something else to make up for that. Y equals to minus root x minus 2. Right. So when I do that, I completed the graph. I'm supposed to draw plus minus root x minus 2, right? So once I do that, now it is very obvious that visually this part will be reflected and becomes this part. If that makes sense to you visually.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is the easiest way to confirm that your inverse is correct. The easiest way to confirm, right? I'm going to show you a few more things so that you understand what inverse means. For example, we are going back to the Jamboard, so I'm going to end my sharing for now. Going back to the Jamboard. Okay, let's try GX then. Let's try GX, right? Oh, GX is even simpler. Right, so you tell me what you're going to write. I'm asking you to find the inverse of G. How am I supposed to do that?
It would be x plus 4 over 5.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah. Nice. How do we prove it? How do we confirm it?
By graphing it out.
Right. So let's do that. Dun, dun, dun. No, this one can stay. Okay. First thing first, what do we graph? Sorry. I'm supposed to share. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to share my screen. I'm supposed to share my screen. So sorry. Sharing my screen, but refer to your Jamboard. What do you want me to graph?
5x minus 4.
Right, that's the original. There you go. And
then x plus 4 over
5. Before I type that, in Zoom, you know that you can annotate, right?
Yep.
Try annotating something else, which is the mirror image of this black line across the green line. That means draw the line before I plot it.
Let me annotate.
That's my problem. So I need to do that for you. I have. That's weird. Oh, there. Okay, done. Right. Now you can annotate. Annotate something, please.
So what did I have to annotate?
Draw the inverse of this black line. The black line is the original line, right? Draw the inverse. Imagine it visually. Draw it. Make a guess, basically. Make a guess. Sorry, is that the line?
Yeah.
Wait. Think about it. Wow. Okay. The mirror should be where's my annotation? There you go. It should be this black guy, because original, right? Mirroring with respect to the green guy. The green guy is this guy. Haven't explained why that is so, but mirror this guy with respect to the green guy. What you draw is the blue line, which is 90 degrees to the green line. I'm not sure how that is the mirror image of the black line. If you can agree on that.
Yeah.
Try again. Good guess, but try again. Okay. An interesting guess. Would you mind continue? Okay, excellent. Right. Okay, so let's see whether you're saying x plus 4 over 5, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let's see that. I'm supposed to type divide. Okay. X plus 4 divided by 5. Dang, 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 dang. What do you think about your guess?
Close.
Very close. Very close. I would say that's a very good guess. Again, I want to point out a few things. I need this mouse. Okay. I like to point out that this point 1, 1 is not mirrored in any way. Yes. And let's say this minus 4, 0, that's the reflected point, right? That's the inverse point. Can you predict the original point? The original point of minus 4, 0 will be?
0, 4?
0, minus 4, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if that makes some sense. Huh? I'm not saying that it makes full sense, but it makes some sense, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then this point. Let's say there's a nice point here, which is again 2,6. Hey, same thing, 2,6 again. They like 2,6. Eh? So 2,6, what's the reflected point?
6, 2.
Okay, let's find that. There you go. Here, 6, 2. Definitely visually making sense. Right? 6, 2, 2,6. And therefore, that's why this 1, 1 does not get mirrored or inverse at all. Do you know why?
Because that's like the crossing point.
Yeah, it crosses both, right? It is also not accidentally lying on this line. This line is y equals to x, the green line, which I claim to be the mirror. I claim that. I haven't explained that, but I claim that. It's working twice already, right? The first guy, the second guy, that's the mirror, right? Right. So just to confirm, here, look at this line, 0, 0, 0.8. The original point will be, make a guess.
0.8 comma 0.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Okay. So if I were to say it, an inverse is simply switching the y to the x, the y coordinate into the x coordinate. It is as simple as that. Coordinately, right? Function wise, it may appear confusing or a bit difficult to understand, but drawing wise, it's very easy to understand. Okay, Aditya?
Yeah.
Now, let's go back to the original graph. I'll be keeping, okay, I'm going to erase your drawing. Yeah? Clearly, your drawing is great, right? Clearly. Now, again, this is what I claim to be the mirror. This is the original graph, and I make appear the inverse graph. So looking at the Jamboard, the Jamboard is asking you the domain of the F inverse and then the range of the G inverse. I'm going to explain the word domain and range clearly, and then I think we can end the trial because I have another student, right? Okay, so have you studied or learned what is the meaning of domain and range?
Yeah, domain is the x values and range is the y values.
Right, right. Let's see whether you can identify them visually, because visually is where they make most sense, right? Now let's refer to the original graph, which is the red guy. I'm going to make the blue guy disappear. Let's say whether this makes sense or not. The domain is where the x value goes. So from my point of view, the x value seems to be, sorry, are you looking at my screen just to confirm?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, okay. The x value seems to be going sup and then going sup. Does it end? Does it end somewhere, Aditya?
No.
Does it end here, Aditya?
No.
Therefore, I feel the domain is from minus infinity, not the correct term, but let's just say that from minus infinity to positive infinity. That's the domain of the red curve. Makes sense?
Yeah.
The range is not. What is the range of the red curve?
The range is the y values.
Which is, does it start from minus infinity?
No.
Does it start from 0?
No.
It starts from
2.
2. Obviously, visually, you cannot see it from the function very well, but from the graph, obviously. So the range of the red graph is from 2 until?
Until infinity.
Yes, positive infinity. I might add that, right? That's something you have to imagine until positive infinity, right? That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Now he is asking you not the domain of the red guy, but the domain of the blue guy, correct? Because he's asking you the domain of the F inverse. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm making the red guy invisible. Now here's the blue guy, the blue and the purple. What is the domain of this blue purple guy?
The domain is 2 to in positive infinity.
Right. Which is it? Is it a coincidence that it is the same as the range of the red guy?
No.
It is not. So one thing you can learn from this question is no matter what the function is, you can predict the range, the domain of the F inverse by the range of the F.
Okay.
Right. Now, let's try. Let's try. Oh, but the G is a line. A line is very boring. I'll show you why. Okay. So the line, he is asking you to write down the range of the G inverse. I give you in the Desmos only the G. This is the original guy, right? So notice this original guy, what's the domain and what's the range?
The domain is from negative infinity to positive infinity, and the range is also from
Negative infinity to positive infinity.
positive infinity.
And that's why a line is always boring, because it's always like that. right? Show you the inverse guy, and that's the mirror line. The inverse guy, just to confirm, the domain is and the range is
From negative to positive infinity.
same thing lah. Same thing. A line is boring that way. I'm not saying that a line is boring, but in their domain and range are very boring, right? It's just like that. So the range of G inverse
is from negative infinity to positive infinity.
yeah. And now the way to present that, you already understood that visually, right? So the way to present that, your teacher will teach you this. So
There's the X in between and there's two numbers.
okay, so that's one traditional way to write down, which is the bigger, smaller thing, right? But this is not what they do. For some reason, they will do it this way. They will do it like this. Thank. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to include the minus infinity because that makes no sense, right? You're supposed to write down that way. Ding, ding, ding. So again, the range of G inverse is from minus infinity to infinity, right? So this is how you write down. From minus infinity, comma, which means to infinity, the normal bracket means not including the minus infinity and the positive infinity itself.
Okay.
R G inverse equals to that. That's how you write down.
Okay.
Right. Now let me show you how to write down the domain of F inverse. You just write big D F inverse equals to. Actually, no, you're not supposed to write equal. Sorry, forgot about it. I use a different bracket, 2, comma, infinity, not included. The 2 is included, square bracket. The infinity is not included because we can never include infinity.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just a formal way of writing. I'm not stressing that presentation first. I'm stressing what do they mean, especially visual. Okay. Now I'm supposed to be with another student. Normally at the end of trial, I'll ask you to discuss with your mother, what's your impression, and ultimately you guys can see whether it's good to continue or not. Okay. Normally we should do that right now, but I have another student. So I have to go to the other student, and then I will continue talking to your mother. Maybe after the next student, or maybe tomorrow, we'll continue our conversation using WhatsApp. Okay. So any other question, Aditya?
No, not yet.
All right. So hopefully, if we see each other, we'll see each other soon.
Okay.
Okay. See you, Aditya. Bye.
See you. Thank you.
Thank you.